There we go. All right, looks like we're live. Good evening, everybody. Actually, a minute early. I was a little worried it'd be late, but I had a lot of stuff set up. But new game and new setup, new all of that. So, regardless, I'm looking forward to get started on this. So, welcome everyone. Welcome. Welcome to our first of what is bound to be a very long series, playing Dragon Age. So we're going to be playing through Dragon Age 1, or Dragon Age Origins. They number this game so incorrectly. Dragon Age Origins, which is this one, and all of its associated DLC content. A lot of which is, well, not all of it. There's one we're definitely going to skip, and there's another one we kind of might. We'll see. We'll see when we get there. But we're going to be playing through at least all of the story of this game, Dragon Age Origins. Moving on to Dragon Age 2 after that, and finally moving on to the latest installment as of right now. There's more to come for that, but I'll go to that in a moment. But the latest installment as of right now, Dragon Age Inquisition, which came out a few years ago, and it's also just another phenomenal game. This is a in my view, a spectacular series that touches on a lot of really, really interesting topics, issues involved with social theory, and issues of religion, of theology, of metaphysics, and it has some really well put together story arcs, which are darker in fantasy terms than I'm mostly used to, than I usually prefer. But I actually like how it's done for the most part in Dragon Age. It does it with, at least in some cases, with a very fighting against the darkness kind of way. Not going quietly into the night kind of feel to it, which again, like I said, I really do enjoy. I really think this is a very well built, very well put together series, world, all of that. On which note, if you are in any of the sort of gaming or sci-fi fantasy nerd spheres at all, today has been a very exciting day of announcements, a lot of which came out with the Game Awards. The latest I just saw is apparently Sephiroth from Final Fantasy is getting into Super Smash Bros., which is weird, but alright, sounds terrifying, I kind of like it. More importantly, and more related to our stream tonight, is the announcement and further details on Dragon Age 4, tentative title. I don't know if they're going to come up with a subtitle for it. It might just be 4, because even numbers, they go with numbers, I guess. That would set a pattern. I don't know if they want to do that. Regardless, Dragon Age 4 is coming out, and I'll be gradually kind of talking about it as we learn more, talking about what we know so far as we encounter things related to it in the game. So that is going to be one of the one thing to look forward to, and judging how long it took us to get through Red Dead Redemption, and how long it's taking us to get through Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, and given that Dragon Age is probably a longer trilogy in terms of game time than Mass Effect, we're probably going to... let me put it this way. There's a fair chance that when we finish Inquisition, Dragon Age 4 will be out. So we may have to wait a bit. We'll see. We'll see how things go. But that is a thing to look forward to in the far future. In addition, there's been a significant announcement with all sorts of new Star Wars series. There's a confirmed Ahsoka series. There's a confirmed one about the Marshals of the New Republic. Presumably something with Cara Dune from The Mandalorian, and all sorts of other character spin-offs and movies and TV shows and all sorts of stuff that should be anywhere in between amazing and why did they do this? So we feel free to bring those up if there's any of those that struck your attention, or if you haven't seen the trailer for Dragon Age 4. Especially if you have already played the series. If you played Origins 2 and Inquisition, and if you haven't seen the trailer yet, it's linked in the description. If you haven't played them, the trailer does not have any spoilers or anything, so feel free to watch. It'll at least get you a feel for what is to come, and kind of a feel for the world, if nothing else. So that's coming. If you notice smoke rising in front of me, between me and the camera, that's because I have incense burning in front of me. I have frankincense burning here. Very hot. Again, appropriate given a lot of the theming of this game, so we'll just sort of go with that. At least today, I don't know if I'm going to keep this up. I have frankincense on hand, but I do have also the window open, which is another opportunity to do this. Anyway, without too much further ado, let's get into it. Let's start a new game, Origins. Awakening is the DLC, which we will get to, just not yet. Also, congratulations, Kylie, on finishing your exams. I still have things to grade, obviously, but again, the majority of it is behind me. And so is the Golden City blackened, with each step you take in my hall. Marvel at perfection, for it is fleeting. You have brought sin to heaven and doom upon all the world. Canticle of Fraternities, 8:13. Oh, I also have
chantry teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the Darkspawn into our world. The mages had sought to usurp heaven, but instead, they destroyed it. They were cast out, twisted and cursed by their own corruption. They returned as monsters, the first of the Darkspawn. They became a blight upon the lands, unstoppable and relentless. The Dwarven kingdoms were the first to fall, and from the deep roads, the Darkspawn drove at us again and again, until finally we neared annihilation. Until the Grey Wardens came. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness, and prevailed. It has been 4 centuries since that victory, and we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for the Darkspawn to return. But those who once called us heroes have forgotten. We are few now, and our warnings have been ignored for too long. It may even be too late, for I have seen with my own eyes what lies on the horizon. Maker, help us all.
Alright, so that is the mythological world history of Thetis, the Dragon Age setting. This world. And there is so much to talk about on that, and we'll gradually go through it, but it's basically a tale of hubris. Right? Man reaches for the heavens and is strucken down for his pride, his overreaching. It's basically the story of the fall, in whatever version we see it. And I will say that Dragon Age does a very good job of crafting their own religious religious ideas and religious worldview without it being a parody, without it sort of devolving into parody. And so we'll talk about that as we learn more about it. But this is, I think, the sort of the core of what represents sort of the world conflict of Dragon Age. Mages were hubristic in the ancient times, in the Tevinter Imperium, which is a name we'll keep hearing. That is, presumably, it looks like that is where the Dragon Age 4 takes place, interestingly enough, in Tevinter. And, gradually becoming more and more powerful, thinks they can become powerful enough to overthrow the Maker, which is essentially God. Big G God, capital G God, that than which nothing greater can be thought kind of God, creator of all things kind of God, not a finite deity kind of God. Because there are those too. But then we see this fall from grace, which turns around and becomes this age-long struggle for the rest of not just humanity, but also the dwarves and also the elves and also the other fourth race, which we will eventually see and meet, the Qunari. All right, so let's go with. I decided we were going with the Human Mage origin. It did very, very slightly and narrowly win on my poll last week. And I do genuinely think that, first of all, Mage is by far the better class. And two, I have never done this particular storyline involving involving a romance with Morrigan and everything that winds up entailing. So that'll be interesting. Kylie says it's giving me Merlin vibes. I can see that, especially the style of the opening narration. This was actually around the same time that Merlin came out, the BBC series, I mean. So stylistically, there's a lot in common. There is a lot in common there. One thing I will say though is there are some design aesthetics in Merlin that this always comes up. When that is so ridiculous. That's not armor. That's not even a shirt. Mage. But yeah, so it's so a couple of stylistic things in Merlin, most prominently coifs. So male coifs that go over your head. They're chainmail, it protects your head. Also provides a little bit of padding for a helmet. You typically will wear a leather or usually leather, but sometimes a cloth cap with a coif over it, and then usually a helmet. Okay, so in Merlin, they basically do that. Sometimes they'll skip the cap, but fine. The problem is, they never, after like the first half of the first season at least, they never actually have the coif over their head. It's dangling at the back of their neck like a limp, little pointless medieval hoodie. It drives me insane because they'll put the helmet on in appropriate battles or circumstances, but the coif is still just kind of dangling there pointlessly, and it drives me insane. Absolutely drives me insane. Otherwise, good show. I really did enjoy it. CGI for the dragon was bad, but of course it was. All right, so we're going to be playing a mage, wielding a powerful as dangerous as it is potent. You know that magic is a curse for those lacking the will to control it. You anxiously await your harrowing, the one chance to prove yourself against the demons lurking without and within. Succeed or be slaughtered by the knights who ward against your kind. Mages are more or less an oppressed class. Not without reason, of course, in the Dragon Age setting. In the world of Dragon Age, mages are very, very dangerous because they can be possessed by actual demons. And if a mage is possessed by a demon, it becomes an abomination and can wield its magic in the real world. The only way to unpossess a mage is death. So they are watched very, very carefully in mage circles, in this case in the Circle Tower, in this land of Ferelden that we're about to see. One of the wonderful things about this game as well, depending on which class you choose and which race you choose, there are different backgrounds that have completely different story introductions. The human noble is entirely different, which you can do human warrior or rogue. And you're the child of a noble. You're the youngest son of a noble. If you're an elf, you can be either Dalish, so out from the woods, or a second-class citizen in a major city. The elves are also are apart from human society. They have their own thing, but they're not fully accepted within human society. Same with dwarves. If you're a dwarf, you can, first of all, dwarves can't be mages. They don't have magic. But again, you can be either a commoner in the sort of back alleys of this big city that you'll come back to eventually, or you can be a noble. Either one has all of these have major story implications. So this should be a good time. So let's go with male mage.
Greetings.
Dalen sounds good. Dalen Amel. No. Yeah. That's pretty close. I have a specific look in mind because this character, Amel, that's the closest, but we got to fix that mustache. That's a little much. This character is, ooh. Let's go with what we had. Oops. That's too pale. That's yellow. That's about right. Tattoo, no. None of those. All right, hair. This character is the cousin of the protagonist from the second game. This individual, right? This origin, the human mage, not the elf mage, not either of the other elves, not the human noble, right? No, the human mage is the cousin of the protagonist of the second game, Hawk. Which is a really neat little tie-in. Let's see. I hate character creators with sliders because you can't just preview them or select them. That actually might be good. Nah. Well, that might be okay. Mage would have a ponytail of some kind, right? Yeah, the mustache is rather Arthur-esque. Let's not do that. Huh? Which of these two? I'm thinking that one. Emily black hair. No eyebrows. Let's not do no eyebrows. Big-ish. Yeah, stubble. Her down, you think? That? And not with the... That might be okay. Looks really old. He needs to look younger than this. Just a little bit. But yeah, that'll work. Yeah, I like it. All right. Hold on. Hawk's got green eyes, right? Actually, here's what I'll do. Here. Said images. There we go. He's got hazelish brown eyes. All right. Can I zoom in at all? I can't, can I? That's probably the best, honestly. Yep. Let's not mess with height. That could create some kind of abomination already. Beard on the chin makes him look younger. That's true. Hey, Zach. Ah, welcome. I did not get to join you, unfortunately. I am, as I mentioned, I have a Nice burner of incense going, which I'm going to keep going for at least until this coal goes out, which usually will last about 30-40 minutes at least. So, well, we're doing a Mel. Sorry, it's and I'm looking at a picture of Hawk to try and get the family resemblance just right. That'll do. Brow depth. A little much. There. Where's the... That's how I make him look younger. There. Can't mess with his mouth. That's weird. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know what you've got wrong with the Mels. He's got a much smaller nose. Like, yeah, I guess, but bridge width. Bring that down a bit. Tip width. Crease. There. That looks normal. Wider nostrils. There. Oh, you're Canon Wardens in ML. All right, legit. I typically my my ordinary world state is a female mage because I tend to think that you know, I'm just not going to mess with the ears. I don't want to mess with the ears. That's bizarre. All right, let's also not mess with this too much. Ooh, actually, these are cool. I like that. I like that. But yeah, I tend to, as I've mentioned before, I tend to think that I tend to think of Dragon Age, particularly Origins, as a more feminine heroine's journey than I do a traditional hero's journey. And I've kind of gone over that. I've talked about that when playing Mass Effect, because I think of the Mass Effect series as just as much so.
How do you do?
Damn! Lost the spell! This is not good! Scoot!
Yeah. Saxa's female mage gang. I can't play melee in Origins, it's way too clunky, but Dragon Age 2 and Inquisition I play melee. See, I have never played a melee class in Inquisition beyond the tutorial because I don't have a controller. Or I didn't. Last time I just got one, but I have not had a controller that I can use on my PC before. And I don't know about you, but in my experience, I've tried playing a melee class in Inquisition with mouse and keyboard, and it was a nightmare. It was terrible. I could not land a hit. Because you can't move and swing type of stuff, and it was a huge pain. I did not have fun. Mage is by far the best class in Origins. It's still probably the best into an Inquisition, but not by nearly as much.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Oh god, no.
Greetings. No, it is gone.
How do you do?
I'm gonna go with cocky voice. Experience voice is
Greetings. Well, that didn't work. Well, this is odd. My weapon is useless.
Oh, it's Zaid Masani. That's what it is. I think that... Hold on. Is that? Hold on.
Move aside. Till we meet again.
So I'm going to be doing a lot of that, unfortunately, for good old Dalen. Zach says, I found it okay, but I grew up playing melee DPS, and wow. Ah, I see. Wow, that's thick smoke in front of the camera. It's going right in front of the camera. Sorry about that. Scoot you over a little bit with a tool. It's pretty warm. There. Now it's just kind of wafty. All right. Yeah, I like hockey for this, so that'll do. That'll do us. All right. Does that look good? Any changes? Eyes are just sunken and tired. Where's my finger? Very sunken and tired. I don't know what to do about that. Yeah. It's alright. Alright, let's go. Oh, right. Attribute points. Magic. Should I just really... Oh, Here I go dumping Constitution again. Oh, I need mana. Let's do that. Let's do that. Magic? Yeah. I forgot that this is D&D. Yeah, that should be good enough. Willpower and magic are definitely the key attributes for a mage, but Constitution's important for everybody because you don't die. All right, that'll work for now. Herbalism. Combat tactics. Don't need those. No. Don't need it. Don't need it. I'm gonna go with coercion. Mage. I'm definitely going mostly primal. Ooh. I think I'm gonna go mostly primal for my main character because I'm gonna have Morrigan in the party a lot, and she does well, she does mostly entropy stuff and then transformation stuff. Flame Blast is good. Winter's Grasp. Yeah, Fire and Ice. Yeah, Fire and Ice sounds good. I really should get a healing spell though. Fire and healing. Yeah, that's probably good. Yeah, fire and healing, because everyone needs healing. Should never go into battle without a healer, and we don't have one otherwise yet. Not until quite some time into the sort of mid-game. Put on a little more incense before we dive into this. Into our harrowing at the Wizard's Tower, the Mage's Circle of Ferelden. Missed the coal. There we go. Okay. Alright, let's do it. Let's stick to normal. I don't want to get stuck doing overly tactical stuff while I'm trying to talk to you guys.
On a cliff overlooking the dark waters of Lake Callanhad stands the tower fortress that is home to the Circle of Magi. This tower is the only place in Ferelden where mages may study their art among others of their kind. Within the high stone walls, the Circle practices its magic and trains apprentices in the proper use of their powers. But the Circle Tower is as much a prison as a refuge. The ever-vigilant Templars of the Chantry watch over all mages, constantly alert for any sign of corruption. This gilded cage is the only world you know. Found to be sensitive to magic at a young age, you were torn from your family and grafted here as an apprentice. Now, that apprenticeship is nearly over. All that remains is the final test, the harrowing.
Magic exists to serve man, and never to rule over him. Thus spoke the prophet Andraste as she cast down the Tevinter Imperium, ruled by mages who had brought the world to the edge of ruin. Your magic is a gift, but it's also a curse. For demons of the Dream Realm, the Fade, are drawn to you, and seek to use you as a gateway into this world.
This is why the harrowing exists. The ritual sends you into the Fade, and there you will face a demon, armed with only your will.
So on this note, again, another reason I like to play the female mage, I really like that as an origin, is the thing with Cullen. So Cullen is one of the Templars here who comes back in 2 and comes back in Inquisition. And I tend to also play either a female mage, or I'd like to maybe play a female noble in 3. In Inquisition, I mean. And he has a thing for her, which is apparently not really reciprocated, but it really turns back around on him, and he has a bad time of it, and we'll see that. And he kind of turns into, like, goes to go on sort of despising mages, but I like to see it as a kind of coming around full circle for Cullen, kind of seeing the error of his ways and coming back around to see mages in a better light. So that's a thing, but oh well, not in this one. All right. What happens if I cannot defeat the demon?
It will turn you into an abomination, and the Templars will be forced to slay you. This is Lyrium, the very essence of magic, and your gateway into the Fade.
The harrowing is a secret out of necessity, child. Every mage must go through this trial by fire. As we succeeded, so shall you. Keep your wits about you, and remember the Fade is a realm of dreams. The spirits may rule it, but your own will is real.
The apprentice must go through this test alone, First Enchanter. You are ready.
All right. And we're in. Okay. Seems I've gotten a bunch of things. That's okay. I actually need that yet, but that's also okay. I don't have a staff. Put this here somewhere, because that's a healing item. Definitely cannot wear that. Alright. Can't wear that either. I can wear this. Wow, that's pretty good. Nice and green. That looks nasty. Alright.
Huh.
That was it? Okay, that was it. Alright. I get it. Combat tutorial. Still though. wonder if I'm actually going to need to heal, like, at all. Probably not. What's this?
Someone else
rat.
thrown to the wolves, as fresh and unprepared as ever. It isn't right that they do this, the Templars. Not to you, me, anyone.
Okay. So this, the little rat guy, presumably rat mage, or ex-mage, is... So the voice actor of this, I'm always reminded, was the, I forget his name, the tactical officer from Star Trek Enterprise. You're a talking rat.
You think you're really here, in that body? You look like that because you think you do. It's always the same, but it's not your fault. You're in the same boat I was, aren't you? Allow me to welcome you to the Fade. You can call me, well, Mouse.
So not your real name, I take it?
No. I don't remember anything from before. The Templars kill you if you take too long, you see. They figure you failed, and they don't want something getting out. That's what they did to me, I think. I have no body to reclaim, and you don't have much time before you end up the same.
It's not gonna happen to me.
That has been said before, but you don't know the danger. There's something here, contained, just for an apprentice like you. You have to face the creature, a demon, and resist it. If you can. That's your way out. Or your opponents, if the Templars wouldn't kill you. A test for you. A tease for the creatures of the Fade.
Why pit me against such a creature?
A question for those in the tower. Maybe you'll be lucky enough to ask. Maybe someday, so will I. There are others here. Other spirits. They will tell you more. Maybe help. If you can believe anything you see. I'll follow, if that's all right. My chance was long ago. But you may have a way out.
Okay. Neat. We have
A dangerous spirit is not far. Don't go near it unless you're ready to fight.
Alright, cool. We have a new little friend. So yeah, the Fade.
That is where the test will take place. The creature can be anywhere, but it manifests there.
So the Fade is the land of dreams. It's where people go when they dream. Right, so mages in this world draw their power from the Fade. So it's the power of dreams and the power of manifesting reality from dreams through the power of this strange mineral called Lyrium. It's a fairly complicated magic system, but straightforward enough. It's basically just, you know, dream world magic, and so again, Lyrium, blue stuff. Dream world magic channeled through this mineral, which we find out more about it later gradually as we go. Sort of links the real material world to the Fade. Ow. I got zapped a little.
All right.
Need those. Is that? It's the structure. Where's the Black City? I actually can't see the Black City from here, but you're supposed to be able to see it from anywhere in the Fade. Oh, is that it? That's it. The Black City. There in the distance. That's where the mages that we heard about in the beginning went and tried to assault.
Another spirit this way.
Spirit of Mouse.
Another mortal thrown into the flames and left to burn, I see. Your mages have devised a cowardly test. Better you were pitted against each other to prove your mettle with skill, than to be sent unarmed against a demon.
You know why I'm here?
You are not the first sent here for such testing, nor shall you be the last, I suspect. That you remain means you have not yet defeated your hunter. I wish you a glorious battle to come.
What kind of spirit are you?
I am Valor, a warrior spirit. I hone my weapons in search of the perfect expression of combat.
Okay. What else do you know about the harrowing?
Is that what your test is called? I know little of your mortal ways. I do know that a demon has been called, and told that a meal awaits. It will not, cannot leave, until one of you is dead.
I need your help.
Of course. You are not the first mortal to seek my aid. I am not here to assist you, however. My purpose is to seek perfection, creating the ultimate weapon for the pursuit of valor.
Would one of these weapons affect the demon?
Without a doubt. In this realm, everything that exists is the expression of a thought. Do you think these blades be steel? The staves be wood? Do you believe they draw blood? A weapon is a single need for battle, and my will makes that need reality. Do you truly desire one of my weapons? I will give one to you, if you agree to duel me first. Valor shall test your mettle as it should be tested.
Seems you'd prefer to kill me yourself.
How dare you accuse me? I am no demon preying upon helpless mortals to steal their essence. I am a being of honor and valor. I am a warrior.
So you challenge helpless mortals to duels?
You are insolent. But your will is unquestionably strong. Very well, mortal. You prove to me that you possess the strength to resist this demon. Go, prove your worth as you must. I am confident you will succeed.
Nice. Valor's staff. Very nice. Alright, so we have a weapon now, finally. Staffs go pew-pew. I also really like that this game allows you to...
Bad breath alert. All right. How amusing. Not bad at all.
Okay, here we go. Wait for our mana to recharge. I did not see the third one coming there.
There is another spirit here. Not the one hunting you, but still.
That. There it is. Sloth demon.
So, you are the mortal being hunted. And the small one, is he to be a snack for me?
I don't like this. He's not going to help us.
Don't worry,
We should
Kylie,
go.
there are wolves later that aren't necessarily bad guys. They're hostile, but not necessarily bad guys.
The demon will get you eventually. And perhaps there will even be scraps left.
What kind of spirit are you?
It's a demon. Maybe even more powerful than the one chasing after you.
Be gone. Surely you have better things to do than bother sloth, mortal. Oh, I tire of you already.
What are you called? Sloth, what are you?
I am a spirit of Sloth. Yes, a creature of the Fade. Unlike yourself, mortals are ever the visitors here. Still, you serve your function. Only the mortals like yourself are truly annoying.
Okay, are you talking about dreamers?
Many mortals dream. They come here often, but you are not one of those. You are aware, a mortal with power and will, the sort of creature that some spirits hunger for. I might be inclined for such a meal myself. It would be interesting to see the mortal world through your eyes, live inside your form. But I am disinclined to begin such a struggle.
It is not Ian McClellan, but I can see where I can see the comparison. So you're a demon.
As you mortals might term it. But not all demons are demons. Worry about the one hunting you.
Okay. I need help defeating a demon, since you don't seem to be prone to attack me.
You have a very nice staff. Why would you need me? Go. Use your weapon, since you have earned it. Be valorous.
He looks powerful. It might be possible that he could teach you to be like him.
Like me? You mean teach the mortal to take this form? Why? Most mortals are too attached to their forms to learn the change. You, on the other hand, little one, might be a better student. You let go of the human form years ago.
I don't think I'd make a very good bear. How would I hide?
Let's be inspirational. But yeah, I really like how the depth they give to demons and even the Darkspawn later on in this game. That a lot of it gets dropped a little bit in the next one, the next two, really. There are some cases where demons are very, very interesting, really significant and fascinating protagonists, or antagonists. Sorry, but this one they really, really go to significant extremes for it. Where this is a demon of sloth if you've ever seen one. There's another one later which is even more. It shows you the danger that this one could pose. Let's say.
I have faced more in this place than you can imagine. Fear is just one more thing. But you are right. Hiding doesn't help. I'm sorry, it's the Fade. It changes you. I'll try. I'll try to be a bear. If you'll teach me.
That's nice. The teaching is so exhausting. Away with you now.
I told you he wasn't going to help us.
You can't just suggest something then change your mind.
I can't. You have so much to learn about the Fade, little mortal.
Sure, Mouse wants to learn, teach him.
You wish to learn my form, little one? Then I have a challenge for your friend.
Here we go, riddle time.
Answer 3 riddles correctly, and I will teach you. Fail, and I will devour you both. The decision is yours.
Riddles? Are you joking?
Indeed not. Amusement is difficult to come by, and I shall take it in the place of a meal, if I can.
I'm not sure I want to provide him with either.
Yeah, you know what? Sure, why not? Let's just go for it.
Truly? Oh, this gets more and more promising.
I'm playing this game to not play this game.
My first riddle is this. I have seas with no water, coasts with no sand, towns without people, mountains without land. What am I?
Do you want me to wait and see if the chat can figure it out? Because I know the answer to this one. This is an old classic. You have the options down there. Anybody? It's really hard to present a riddle with multiple choice answers like this. I'll just say that. I think this is an easy one. Anybody? Nah? Alright, well, I think it is a map. No,
Correct.
Kylie, why'd you think desert?
The second riddle. I'm rarely touched, but often held. If you have wit, you'll use me well. What am I?
I think this is sketchy a little bit, but I think this is tongue. You hold your tongue. Your wit, you'll use your tongue well. Your breath, not... I guess you... If you're talking about speech, then I guess breath, but that's not really the turn of phrase. I'd say tongue.
Yes, your witty tongue. Fair enough. One more try, shall we? Often will I spin the tale, never will I charge a fee. I'll amuse you an entire eve, but alas, you won't remember me. What am I?
A dream, right? It's gotta be a dream. By the way, Erica, remember these? WizKid's not watching along with us, so... feel free to use these. I'm pretty sure it's a dream. I think it's a dream.
You are correct. Rather apropos here in the Fade, no? But you've won my challenge and proven yourself an amusing distraction. So, I shall teach you my form. Now, listen carefully.
Like this? Am I a bear? It feels... heavy.
Close enough. Go then and defeat your demon or whatever you intend to do. I grow weary of your mortal prattling.
Okay. Did I miss? There we go. All right. No? Okay. Let's keep moving. Kylie, what made you think desert, though, anyway? I'm wondering. Not sure. Not sure I follow exactly. Oh, jeez.
All right. No more! Yes.
Oop. I may have accidentally set him on fire. Sorry, Mouse. Sorry, Mouse. Oops. Mouse bear. Alright, let's do this boss fight, shall we? I think it's a... I forget what kind of demon it is.
And there is a spirit of rage.
Oh, it's a rage demon. Well, that's not very nice. What with my fire spell?
And so it comes to me at last. Soon I shall see the land of the living with your eyes, creature. You shall be mine, body and soul.
Kylie says, I was thinking the mountains with no land, sea with no sand. Or sea with no shore? Like sea of sand, I'm thinking. Running on 3 hours of sleep. Yeah, that does help. 3 hours, having 3 hours of sleep is not the best riddle state, but I can actually see that. I can see that, like dunes being like seed, waves and things. You could refiddle the riddle very easily to make it be the desert. All right. So Rage Demon, cool. If I lose, the Templars will still cut you down.
They are welcome to try. So this creature is your offering, Mouse. Another plaything as per our arrangement.
I'm not offering you anything. I don't have to help you anymore.
Oh. And after all those wonderful meals we have shared, now suddenly the mouse has changed the rules.
I'm not a mouse now, and soon I won't have to hide. I don't need to bargain with you.
We shall see.
Okay, that's super sketchy.
Yes. I'm sick of hiding. Huh. And I'm off. All right. Tisk, tisk. How about you then?
There we go.
You did it. You actually did it. When you came, I hoped that maybe you might be able to, but I never really thought any of you were worthy.
The ones you betrayed before me, what were their names?
What? They were not as promising as you. It was a long time ago. I don't remember their names. I don't even remember my own name. It's the Fade, and the Templars killing me. Like they tried with you.
Anything to survive, like an animal or worse.
I am what the Fade has made me. Am I to blame for that? Deciding to exist or not exist is not a fair choice. I had no hope. You have shown me other possibilities. If you want to help, there may be a way for me to leave here, to get a foothold outside. You just need to want to let me in.
Well, this seems like a trap. Starting to think the other demon wasn't my test.
What? What do you... Of course it was!
Yes, Kylie,
what
Mouse
else
is
is
sort
here
of shady
that
right
could
now.
harm an apprentice of your potential? You are a smart one.
Simple killing is a warrior's job. The real dangers of the Fade are preconceptions, careless trust, pride.
Hey, Rage Gamer, I agree! It's not just a trap, it is a pride demon.
What's about you, Mage? True tests.
Appropriately the most
Never
powerful
end.
sort of demon. You don't get to fight him. It's kind of a shame. I mean, it's not, because you die, because pride demons are incredibly powerful. But, again, it's, there are demons aligned more or less with each of the 7 deadly sins, pride being the chief among them, as is the case. Which is really cool.
Right.
Really
Say
cool.
something, please.
Where am I? Is this the Fade?
You're in the dormitory. Take a deep breath. You're safe.
I swear that's not me in a
I'm
reflection.
glad you're all right. They carried you in this morning. I didn't even realize you'd been gone all night. I've heard about apprentices who never come back from harrowings. Is it really that dangerous? What was it like?
Yeah. Well, we're not supposed to tell him. It was harrowing.
Is that why they don't tell us what it's about? I know I'm not supposed to know, but we're friends. Just a little hint and I'll stop asking, I promise.
Patience, you'll go through it soon enough.
And now you get to move to the nice mage's quarters upstairs. I'm stuck here and I don't know when they'll call me for my harrowing.
They'll summon you to the test when you're ready. Because you don't want to go before you're ready.
I've been here longer than you have. Sometimes I think they just don't want to test me.
Maybe you're just not ready yet.
I've been ready for a long time. I'm afraid they don't want me to take the test. You do the harrowing, the Rite of Tranquility, or you die. That's what happens.
What's the Rite of Tranquility? I know, but you might not, so...
You've seen the Tranquil around the tower. Like Owain, who runs the stockroom. He's so cold. No, not even cold. There's just nothing in him. It's like he's dead but still walking. His voice, his eyes are lifeless.
What did they do to him?
He's been made tranquil. I don't know how they do it exactly, but you're cut off from the Fade. It takes away your magic abilities, along with your dreams and emotions.
Should we be autistic, or... No. It's an option for those who fear the harrowing.
Yes, but the Circle also forces tranquility on those they feel are weak. And sometimes they force it upon apprentices they think might be too dangerous as mages. I shouldn't waste your time with this. I was supposed to tell you to see Irving as soon as you woke up.
What for?
He didn't tell me. About the harrowing, I'd guess, but you'd never know with Irving. You'd better not keep him waiting. We can speak later.
Okay. See you later, Joan.
Did you hear anything? Is he all right? Is he awake?
Why do you care? Are you best friends now?
I'm just curious. That Templar, Cullen, said it was the quickest, cleanest harrowing he'd ever seen. He must be so talented.
Someone sounds jealous.
I just know I'll be terrified when my time comes. Like Wendell was. He'd throw up every day for the next week just thinking about it.
Alright. We don't have those anymore. Don't need to destroy it. Can I put it into junk? Nope, I don't have a junk category. Darn. Okay, level up. Ooh, right, attributes. All into magic this time. Can't do specializations yet. Continue. Winter's Grasp or Lightning? Let's go with Winter's Grasp. It's a good debuff, and it does some damage. Alright, yeah, that'll do. Right? We don't want to do anything else, right? The glyphs are nice. Okay, kind of cool, but... Mind Blast is really good. The defensive ones here are good. Mana Drain is really handy. But we'll get there eventually. Let's do our damagey, blasty magic stuff first. Anything useful in here? Ooh. Yeah, nice, a belt.
I wonder when I'll get to go for my harrowing.
This is an awkwardly high-ceilinged bathroom. This is a really weird place to take a poop. I'm just saying, like, I kind of dig it, honestly. Kind of really like it. Literally no privacy, but otherwise, really is pretty. Really, really pretty place to poo. What is this stream anymore? Oh yes, we're going to be talking about metaphysics, theology, issues of religion, and social commentary. This is a really nice place to poo. No, what's wrong with me? Anyway. We shouldn't leave. Probably. This way.
Did you hear? Hear what? I heard they suspect someone of dabbling in blood magic.
Uh-oh.
Why would anyone do something so stupid? That's a death sentence. That's what I hear anyway.
Blood magic sounds, I mean, really good. But there's probably a reason it's banned. I bet. Lyrium potion. We need that. I don't need that here. I can put this here. Belt of the Winds. Let's keep the Sash of Forbidden Secrets. That's just better. Doesn't have the same defense, but that's okay. We'll give that to somebody else. We get squad mates, or, you know, teammates, or whatever they call them in this game later. So we'll save stuff to equip them.
All right.
Okay, don't need that for anything, but maybe eventually. But am I wrong about this being just a really nice? This is gorgeous. Like, toilets and stuff aside, this is I love the cathedral-esque architecture of this whole thing, this whole tower. The what is that? 60-foot ceilings or something? It's amazing. Ooh, magic staff. I don't need it. Do I? How is it? Doesn't compare to mine, does it? Oh, I don't have the one from the Fade. I get the burnt stick instead. That's alright. It's fine. I get the roasty toasted stick. Basement, we don't need to go in there. We will eventually. Okay, bookcase. That one.
You must control the fire with your will. Keep the flames steady. We don't want it sputtering and leaping about. That's what causes most of the injuries.
Watch.
Injuries? But... Steady. It reacts to your emotions. If you panic, it will... No. Breathe.
Oh, God.
You know, in my experience, flint and tinder works just as well. Maybe we should start with that.
Okay.
We're all really happy for you.
Yeah, thanks.
This is hard.
Yeah, I bet.
I hope you've spoken to the first enchanter. He seems eager to see you.
On the way. We'll get there eventually. I'm actually wondering how far we'll actually get in this. I do remember that the origin part is quite long.
Magic must serve man.
I hear Irving's waiting to give you your mage robes.
And what do you think that means? Can anyone tell me?
Hey!
No, that's not what it means.
It means that magic should be used to help people, but we can't use our magic to force people to do what we want.
That's right. We should not abuse the gift the Maker has given us.
I love this. It's like, it's a little, like, mage Sunday school. It's so nice. And the Templar, who will cut you in half if you fail your harrowing. Rage Gamer says, Vincent be like, ceilings are best when lowest for number 2. I mean, yeah, kinda. I don't know. I cavernous ceilings in a bathroom seems a little off-putting for me, that's all. I love this in general. But for a literal bathroom,
If I had put all
maybe
my
not.
power behind that spell, you would have been obliterated. I am not your enemy. Fear is your enemy. It is a weakness that can be exploited.
No?
Then stand firm and know you can resist whatever I throw at you. Again.
Wow, that was cool.
I wonder when I'll get to go for my harrowing.
Alright, anything else we need?
It's nice to see you still alive.
Don't get me wrong, I love cavernous ceilings. It's just...
I heard Irving wants
You know.
to see you.
Why are we talking about this? Why? I mean, I get getting distracted by architecture. It's kind of a thing I do, but also getting distracted by bathroom architecture is a little. I don't know. Maybe I get it from my dad. My dad designs a lot of. He's somewhere in between architect and somewhere in between architect and carpenter. He does a lot of design work for like high-end kitchens and like home theaters and restaurants and things like that. And he's always my entire life has been making note of places like this with cool architectural touches for him to sort of draw inspiration from and stuff like that. And I've kind of picked up on that, and I always wind up looking up for these kinds of things because, like, if he were in a place like this, he'd be just constantly watching every piece of it and every part of it and how everything fits together, and looking at what looks good where, and how this wall juts out and interrupts the arches. Yeah, that should be better, and that's something that shouldn't have been done like that, and things like that, you know.
Today I shall be making more potions to send to the mages at Ostagar.
Okay.
If you want something from the stockroom, you must speak to Owain.
RageGamer says, how many people are visual distancing upwards when squeezing out their discarded browns? Oh no. Well, no one, I tell you. I don't know. I do admire well-designed bathrooms. On occasion.
Welcome to the Circle's stockroom of magical items. My name is Owain. How may I assist you?
Are you really a Tranquil Mage?
I voluntarily submitted to the Rite of Tranquility. I was unwilling to undergo the harrowing. I find this state agreeable.
Okay. You actually like being this way?
I see the world with clarity. I remember the days when my mind was filled with inconvenient and seething emotions. Now things are simple.
Okay, what was becoming tranquil like?
It is difficult to describe. I would perhaps compare it to being plunged into a pool of ice-cold water.
What happened during the Rite of Tranquility?
I was ordered to never speak of it. I cannot go against the Circle's wishes.
I'm not going to say that, because that's not true. I should go
Very
on.
well. Goodbye.
Did you have something else?
Welcome to the Circle's stockroom of magical items. My name is Owain. How may I assist you?
Is that how you greet everyone?
Do you find my greeting disagreeable? I apologize, but I am not inclined to change it. Do you need something?
What can I buy here?
The stockroom is not a shop. Your mentor should have clarified this. The stockroom stores components used in magical and alchemical experiments. Do you require something?
No.
Very well. Goodbye.
Yes, he has the best NPC Orange Mad Bad voice. I don't know, Orange Mad Bad voice, that kind of NPC, I tend to think of as far more high-pitched and screechy. But in general, you know, the whole, like, oh, well, you know, NPCs are somewhat unrealistic because they just kind of repeat the same dialogue whenever you approach them. In this case, with the Tranquil, it makes perfect sense. We need these things. Let's pretend we need these things.
I hear Irving's very proud of you.
Oh, nice. Books.
Going.
Maleficar.
You're not going to keep the first enchanter waiting, are you?
Yes, I'm searching for things. I'm sure he'll understand, right? Is what one does. Fill one's pocket with junk.
Blessed art thou who exists in the sight of the Maker. Blessed are the penitents who seek his return. Blessed is the prophetess, purified by flame. May the chant reach the Maker's ears and tell him of our contrition. So let it be. Oh, I didn't see you there. I recite the Maker's blessings every day. It brings me peace in troubled times.
I shouldn't interrupt your meditations.
Oh, all right then. I should go. My mentor only allows a few minutes each day for religious contemplation.
Shrine to the Maker. Altar. Codex on the founding of the Chantry. I can go through some of these Codex entries if you guys are curious, but again, if you're unfamiliar with the game and are looking for more information on this stuff, I know a good deal of it, and what I don't know I can find in the Codex, and if I don't feel like finding it in the Codex, I can point you to some lore videos that are great explanations of these kinds of things. Put them in the description, that kind of stuff. Oops, paused. Don't want to do that.
I heard about your harrowing. Congratulations. Andraste must have smiled upon you.
Amen. Don't actually know if they say amen. Probably not. Again, from an in-world standpoint, why are you naked? I might have fiddled with settings in the wrong way, in the way that was not intended. Crap. We did not go to the library yet. So let's go back over there first before we do our quest. And I'm going to hope that his clothes spawn when we go in. If not, that is my fault with mods I accidentally have conflicting with one another, and I'll have to fix at some point. Books. There's a section of books missing. Interesting.
Just think of what the Chantry would do if...
You need something. If not, step back. You're in my light.
Your light?
I'm trying to study. Have some consideration for a fellow mage.
Very well, I'll leave you alone.
Good day.
We could totally just have been racist to the elf, but why?
They say you passed your harrowing.
Down with them.
You must be happy.
I think someone's here to speak to you, Senior Torren.
Not yet. I want to read
All
everything.
right.
Read all the books first.
Huh. Hello, were you looking for something?
Just books.
Well, there are lots of them here.
He sounds like Mouse. Who are you?
I'm Njal, a mage just like you. I've seen you around, haven't I? I must have.
What were you talking to the other mage about?
Oh, the Fraternities. Groups of mages with a common agenda. I think we should all be isolationists. Stay in some remote mountain town far away from the mundanes who hate us.
Erica, no, I did not get the naked mod. What I suspect may have happened is I got a mod that updates the Grey Warden armor, so it matches with the Grey Warden armor in 2. So it's actually distinct Grey Warden armor and not just, default armor that is called Grey Warden armor. And it just might not have loaded the textures for it or something. I'm not sure. It may not have installed properly. It may be conflicting with a texture pack or something. I don't think I have a texture pack installed, but something like that is a possibility. If that is the case, I can always go back out and fix it, because I don't want our badass mentor Duncan to be running around naked, or PG-13 naked. Fix my incense. There we go. I will actually go back and fix it in that case, but why don't you go off then?
I'd go hide alone in the wilds if I could, but you know they just brand me an apostate and hunt me down. There is no leaving the circle. It's till death do us part. Romantic, isn't it?
No, not really. Apostate?
If you leave the circle, you become an apostate, and the punishment for leaving is death. Pretty grim, huh?
There must be mages who aren't part of a circle.
I've heard of hedge witches who've managed to survive on their own, eluding the circle for a lifetime. But if the Templars discover them, well, you know what happens.
Then there are stories about the Dalish elf clans having great magic. But who knows what's truth and what's fiction when it comes to the Dalish?
I should go.
All right. Have a good day.
Hello. Congratulations on your harrowing last night. Good work.
What were you talking about earlier? Or actually, you know what? I already asked that. Tell me about the fraternities.
They're found in all circles throughout Thedas. Groups of enchanters who hold similar viewpoints, who band together to make their voices heard. The most influential fraternity are the Equitarians. They are moderates and believe in a code of conduct that all mages should adhere to. Then there are the Chantry apologists, the Loyalists. The Chantry says something and they follow it to the letter. The Lucrosians just want to make money, and the Isolationists would like us all to be hermits and live on an island. Then, of course, there are the Libertarians. They want more power for the Circle, more autonomy.
Isn't that a good thing?
And that's what they would say. Mages have enough opposition from the outside without tearing our circles apart with infighting. But what can you do?
He sounds like a fence-sitting moderate. Giving up doesn't help anyone.
An idealist, I see. Well, if you're going to change the world, you should get started immediately. Lots of world to cover.
Anyway, so one of the lore bits that I was planning on mentioning, which is quite relevant to this, I think, is Tevinter, that empire of mages that was mentioned in the introduction, the Chant of Light, still exists. They are not nearly as imperialistic and not nearly as destructive, but they do exist, and they exist with a kind of weird inverted chantry, which I can talk about as we go through and as we look at it. But they are certainly a minority view throughout Thedas, and they're more or less sort of disrespected and maligned, marginalized. And so it wouldn't quite make sense for their language to be used in religious contexts, because their language is effectively Latin. More or less, it's just Tevene, the language of Tevinter, is basically just Latin. So, private documents. Neat. Let's take... why am I taking that? This is... whatever, it's fine. Just sift through things and take stuff.
I wonder how the King's army fares at Ostagar. I've heard talk of a new blight.
Kind of want to light stuff on fire, see what happens. Oh, I can't light the door on fire. Well, that's boring. Okay, let's talk to Cullen.
Greetings. I'm glad your harrowing went well.
Thanks, that's reassuring.
Some Templars I know discuss such things with glee. I don't share their enthusiasm. I try to serve the Maker first and foremost. As long as I am guided by his commandments, I cannot go wrong. Honestly, I've never seen an abomination, or been called on to slay one.
You don't know what you don't know what an abomination looks like?
As I said, I've never seen one, but when someone becomes an abomination, something must happen. But what if it's not obvious? Could abominations be walking among us right now?
Great. What kind of Templar is so easily frightened?
This is still new to me. Maybe one day I'll be as dedicated and driven as Knight Commander Gregor.
If you say so.
You must be busy. Perhaps we can talk another time.
Probably not. He does eventually become as dedicated and brave by Dragon Age Inquisition. Takes him a while, though. Takes him quite a while. Is this where we're going? Nope. Is this where we're going? Nope. That's the Chantry. This is where we're going. Oh, all right. Kylie says got to log off early. 3 hours of sleep for catching up with me. But I will watch the rest later. Good night, everyone. Love the live stream and can't wait for the next one. Likewise. Yeah, no, that is not a loading glitch. I'm going to have to fix that. So when you come back to watch, just skip the next 30 seconds of me vamping. Let's make a quick save. See Human Mage quarters. And I'm going to load back in just a moment. But I need to open up my mod manager. Sorry about all this. That would be the one. I unfortunately have to kill this one. Remove mod. Looks uninstalled. Okay. Okay, wait. Ooh. Working on it. All right. Let's try this again. Let's try and load us back into it. The Dragon Age Origins. Play. Sorry about that. And we're in. Or we're on the way back in. It's working on it. Anyway, hopefully that does fix the problem, and I haven't broken it further. All right, we'll see. Anyway, yeah, Duncan is far too much of a badass and far too important of a character to be running around in his skivvies. So I would really like to have that fixed before we get into anything plot important. There. Fix the incense a little bit too. All right, let's just resume, and should pop us right back in where we left off. Come on. Ah, fixed it. Okay, yeah, I figured. I'll see if I can fix it for the next for next week. See if there's a patch fix for the mod or something like that. But oh well, it's a shame, but it'll work. It's fine.
Many have already gone to Ostagar. Wynne, Aldred, and most of the senior mages. We've committed enough of our own to this war effort.
Your own? Since when have you felt such kinship with the mages, Gregor? Or are you afraid to let the mages out from under Chantry supervision, where they can actually use their Maker-given powers?
How dare you
He sounds like a libertarian.
Gentlemen, please.
In these
someone
terms,
is here to see.
You sent for me?
Ah, if it isn't our new brother in the circle. Come, child.
This is...
Yes, this is he.
Well, Irving, you're obviously busy. We will discuss this later.
Of course. Well, and where was I? Oh, yes, this is Duncan of the Grey Wardens.
A Grey Warden in the tower?
Grey Wardens go wherever duty sends them.
You've heard about the war brewing to the south, I expect. Duncan is recruiting mages to join the King's army at Ostagar.
Who are we fighting?
The Darkspawn threat grows in the south. We need all the help we can get.
Also worth noting, Ferelden is in the southern hemisphere, so south is colder. That took me a while to figure that out, but if you look at a world map of Thedas, it's very obvious. What do you mean?
The power you mages wield is an asset to any army. Your spells are very effective against large groups of mindless Darkspawn. I fear if we don't drive them back, we may see another blight.
Duncan, you worry the poor lad with talk of blights and Darkspawn. This is a happy day for him.
We live in troubled times, my friend.
We should seize moments of levity, especially in troubled times. The harrowing is behind you. Your phylactery was sent to Denerim. You are officially a mage within the circle of magi.
My leash, you mean? I think he'll explain phylactery if I say this, but I'll explain it if he doesn't.
Now, child, it's not that bad.
I'm sorry, what is this phylactery?
Blood is taken from all apprentices when they first come to the tower, and is preserved in special vials.
So they can be hunted if they turn apostate.
We have few choices. The gift of magic is looked upon with suspicion and fear. We must prove we are strong enough to handle our power responsibly. You have done this. I present you with your robes, your staff, and a ring bearing the circle's insignia. Wear them proudly, for you have earned them.
I'm glad to be part of the circle.
It goes without saying that you shall not discuss the harrowing with those who have not undergone the rite. Now then, take your time to rest, or study in the library. The day is yours.
I'll do that.
I will return to my quarters.
Would you be so kind as to escort Duncan back to his room, child?
It would be my pleasure.
The guest quarters are on the east side of this floor, close to the library. Now, if you'll both excuse me, I have matters to discuss with Gregor.
Right, let's check these items and see if they are worth wielding. Magic staff is exactly the same as the one I already have, but okay. See if it looks any better. It's exactly the same. Okay. Mage robes. Magic and willpower. Whoa. No, the vestments of the seer are just much better. Much better. Sash of the Forbidden Secrets is better. Ring of Study. Let's equip that. What? Oh. That was from one of my mods. Okay, I was wondering how that worked, but cool. Alright. Fighting helmets. Okay, cool. Hey, Duncan.
Thank you for walking with me. I'm glad for the company.
I've always done what Irving asks of me.
Well, let us continue on.
Oh, that's...
I would hate to prolong your agony.
No, I clicked the wrong thing. I'm so sorry. What do Grey Wardens do?
Our duty is to battle Darkspawn wherever they appear. We are elves, humans, and dwarves united by this common purpose.
I wonder if there are Kunari Grey Wardens. We never see any, but that'd be interesting. Interesting for reasons we'll find out later, but it'd be interesting. Have there been many Darkspawn attacks?
A horde has formed within the Korkari Wilds in the south. If they are not stopped, they will strike north into the valley. We Grey Wardens believe that an archdemon is leading the horde.
That sounds ominous.
Darkspawn do attack the surface in ragtag bands, but archdemons are capable of rallying the Darkspawn, turning them into an unstoppable force. A horde of Darkspawn, a veritable army. It is dire news indeed. I fear this is what we will have to face.
And the king is mustering an army to beat back this threat?
Yes. Perhaps it will be enough if we play our cards right.
Okay. I thought the Darkspawn were destroyed in the last Blight.
We can't seem to eradicate them completely. Somehow they always come back.
Okay. Were Irving and Gregor arguing about the war?
It is not my place to comment.
Okay. Please, I'd like to know.
Gregor serves the Chantry, and the relationship between the Chantry and mages has always been strained. You've realized by now that the Chantry merely tolerates magic? They watch only because they feel they must.
I don't see why the Chantry and mages can't get along.
The Chantry believes that a mage should fear his power. It was the pride of mages, they say, that brought the Darkspawn upon us in the first place. Any mages who join the King's army can unleash their full power on the Darkspawn. In fact, I'm counting on it. Gregor may be afraid of what will happen. What if the mages decide they no longer want to be governed by the Chantry?
What are your opinions on the matter?
I believe we must defeat the Darkspawn, one way or another. My opinions end there.
I like that.
Yes, let's.
That is very Grey Warden. Solely concerned with the Darkspawn and the Blight, and nothing else. Alright. It's not the guest quarters. Where's the guest quarters? Here, right? No. Yeah, oh, here we go. The Grey Wardens are that, that archetype of staying out of politics and staying out of the affairs of everyone else. They're more or less a monastic order dedicated to precisely one goal. And they are absolutely dedicated to it and don't let other things distract them, ideally. And we see and we hear what happens when Grey Wardens start involving themselves in other things as well. And it usually goes poorly. Another thing I want to make note of is the sword design. With that notch, see those notches in there? I have no idea why that would be the case, other than making it a better piercer. That seems like it would be a problem with draw cuts and things. But, I don't know, maybe that could be for, it can pierce, but piercing armor? Can't pierce very deeply. Still give it the heft of a nice chop. I don't know. It's odd. It's certainly
Thank you
very
for
odd.
escorting me.
Okay.
Is there something else I can do for you?
What's happening outside the tower?
Ah, I imagine you don't leave very often, do you?
We're permitted to walk the grounds.
And thus a good view of the other side of the lake. It must feel rather isolated way out here. I am not a good source of news, I fear. I am preoccupied with the Darkspawn incursion.
How many mages have joined the King's army?
When the king sent out the call, the Circle of Ferelden sent only 7 mages to Ostagar. I asked King Kaelin's permission to come and seek a greater commitment from the Circle.
7 is quite a few.
I hope to place a mage or 2 within every contingent. I cannot do with just 7. Mages will make all the difference in this battle. The Darkspawn have their own magic, and our resources must exceed theirs.
Alright, you think I can join the army?
I don't know. Do you?
Yes. I think I can help.
Then perhaps I shall speak to Irving about this later. Darkspawn are a greater threat than blood mages, even abominations. It takes decades for the world to recover from a blight. I wish the Chantry could see that. We must stop at nothing to defeat the Darkspawn. Ah, listen to me. An old man's rantings can't be very interesting.
It was actually quite interesting. As an apprentice, old men talking to define my life. Wow, no. It was actually quite interesting, but I should go.
Do not let me keep you.
Alright. Oh, hey, Jowan. What are you up to?
I'm glad I caught up to you. Are you done talking with Irving?
I think I am for now.
I need to talk to you. Do you remember what we discussed this morning?
Why are you whispering? It looks very suspicious.
Shh! I just want to make sure we're not overheard. We should go somewhere else. I don't feel safe talking here.
You're starting to worry me, Jowan.
I've been troubled. I'll explain. Come with me, please.
Okay, fine. We'll be all quiet and sneaky about it.
We should be safe here.
You realize there's a priest standing right here.
Not a priest. I am merely an initiate.
Wait, I've seen you before.
I often attend to my duties in this chapel. Perhaps that is why I seem familiar.
A few months ago, I told you that I met a girl. This is Lily.
I was beginning to doubt her existence. Oh my god. You could say this fat cow is your lover. My condolences. Oh my god, this is so rude. Oh man, I forgot how rude you could totally be in this game. Jesus. No, I was beginning to doubt her existence. Let's do that.
I was afraid to tell anyone. Lily was becoming a chantry priest. She's taken vows. Lily's been given to the chantry. She's not allowed to have relations with men. If anyone finds out, we'll both be in trouble.
Yeah, that's understandable. You should rethink this relationship.
I won't give Lily up for anything.
Oh, great. Great, get married, have some kids. Can I go now?
There is something else.
Oh, Jesus.
Remember I said that I didn't think they wanted to give me my harrowing? I know why. They're going to make me tranquil. They'll take everything that I am from me. My dreams, hopes, fears, my love for Lily. All gone.
That sounds terrible. It does.
They'll extinguish my humanity. I'll just be a husk, breathing and existing, but not truly living.
How did you find out about this?
I saw the document on Gregor's table. It authorized the right on Jowen, and Irving had signed it.
Why would they do this to you?
There's a rumor about me. People think I'm a blood mage. They think that making me a circle mage will endanger everyone.
And are they right about that?
Of course not. But it's not safe here for me anymore.
Okay.
I need to escape. I need to destroy my phylactery. Without it, they can't track me down. We need your help. Lily and I can't do this on our own.
Give us your word that you will help, and we will tell you what we intend.
Can't you just explain everything to someone? Max Cancer says, not gonna lie, the way I play Dragon Age is always super aggressive towards anyone who supports turning someone tranquil. It's so horrible. That is... Yes, that is very true. With the one, exactly one, notable exception being in Inquisition, the one judgment against the Tevinter Mage from that one mission. I don't know how much I want to give away from this, but there's one Tevinter Mage who you can dictate. You can either have him executed, or basically force him into labor, or you can have him made tranquil. If I'm playing a mage, because they would know what all is involved in this, I will sometimes choose to have him made tranquil. A mage's punishment for mage's crimes, all that kind of thing. Erica is in the chat accusing Jowen of being a simp, and I won't disagree, especially if it does turn out that he's a blood mage. That's next level simpery right there. But yeah, I think that's really the only exception where I think where I would consider tranquility to be a decent punishment for, a mad tyrant of a mage, maybe. But in a case like this is absurd and obscene, and yeah, this is definitely, and it becomes a bigger issue in Dragon Age 2 especially. It becomes a major plot point, major plot thread, really. All right, can you explain everything to someone?
If we tell anyone, Lily will be punished. If you care about what happens to me, help us.
Okay, fine.
Thank you. We will never forget this.
So what do you intend to do?
I can get us into the repository, But there is a problem. There are 2 locks on the phylactery chamber door. The first enchanter and knight commander each hold 1 key. But it is just a door. There is power enough in this place to destroy all of Ferelden. What's a door to mages?
What if it's a magical door? Because it almost certainly is.
We have no choice. We cannot get our hands on both keys. I once saw a rod of fire melt through a lock. You could get one from the stockroom, but Owain doesn't release such things to apprentices.
That's why you need me, isn't it? Well, I know what I have to do.
We should stay here. 1 mage at the stockroom will attract less attention than a mage, an apprentice, and an initiate.
Good idea.
Good luck. Our prayers go with you.
Thank you. Okay, well, let's go and help him out. I do think the entirety of this is just full of bad ideas. But at the same time, saving him from Tranquility is definitely worthwhile. Undoubtedly that's worthwhile, so let's do it.
Yes?
What's that door over there?
That leads to the Circle's cavern storerooms. There are caves running through the rock that the Circle is built upon. But of course, you know this.
That was the worst instance of as you know exposition I've maybe ever seen. Do you ever have a fire in there?
No, that's something the Tranquil deal in. This storeroom is for raw magical materials and alchemical substances. Lyrium, basilisk, blood, and so on.
Okay, I don't need
Have a nice
anything in
day.
there. What is...
Yes?
Why is there an exclamation point? Who are you?
Senior Enchanter, Leora, in charge of the Circle's laboratory. Is there something you want? That leads to the Circle's cavern storerooms. There are caves running through the rock that the... But of course, you know this.
Yeah, can I look inside?
No, I can't let anyone in there just now.
Oh, interesting. Why?
There are just things in there that I would prefer to keep safe.
Keep safe? Aren't the Circle stores meant to be used?
Yes, but I am in the midst of stock taking, checking inventory, and I can't let anyone in there in case they mess things up. Yes.
You're in the middle of lying. So why are you out here and not in there?
Because I am taking a break. I hate the musty smell of caves, and Look, I'll tell you the truth. Just keep it to yourself. There is an infestation of spiders in the caves. I don't know how they got in there, but it's probably my fault.
Of course, there's spiders.
I was promoted to Senior Enchanter less than a fortnight ago, and I don't want anyone to find out. They'll think I'm incompetent.
Are you? Yeah, do you need my help?
I could use some, I'm sure. I've been too busy with my new duties. I haven't been able to deal with the spiders. If you cleared them out for me, I would owe you a favor. A big one.
All right.
Wonderful. Here is the key. Oh, and be careful in there. I'd really like to keep the damage done to the Circle's property to a minimum.
All right. I'm going to have to... the incense here is probably going to go out after not too long. And I don't want to light another one for less than another hour by the time it's out. So, yeah. This is a very deep, wide storeroom. Cavern. Need that.
And I'm off.
Acolyte staff. Ooh. Let's go with that. It looks cooler too. I like it. All right, and Spirit Charm, fire resistance. Why not? We don't have a necklace. That'll do. All right. Is it easier to fireball ourselves? We don't have fireball yet, unfortunately. Greatly look forward to getting fireball. Okay. spider.
Yes.
Eh.
Going.
Oh, Jesus.
Going.
Wow, that was
Going.
not a lot of damage for all that. But let's do this. Oh, it has loot. It has chainmail. Ah, it ate someone with chainmail. Roasted. I'd rather not get poisoned. It's gotta be stuff back here, right? There we go.
All right.
I love the, I forget if it's the codex entry in this game or one of the other ones, but giant spiders. And it's truly hilarious. It's something like, talks about how, asking why would the maker, the benevolent creator of the world, make spiders so large. The interpretation is, that the spiders being this large are a gift. That this is a blessing rather than the curse that it might seem like. I know it seems like a terrible thing that we have such massive and dangerous spiders, but think that it could be far, far worse. Spiders could be very, very small, and they could get into your house and sneak around under your tables, and things like that. And I'm just like, well, that's actually kind of clever.
First one to kill it gets the prize.
It really goes to show how we are far too quick to think of how bad things are, and not so quick to consider that the way things actually are is not so bad. And if nothing else, it could certainly be a lot worse. And if it were worse than it is, why do we think that we would be?
Huh.
Oh, great. That's good. So this is honestly a kind of, in a sense, it's a response to maybe not the problem of evil in general, but certainly the problem of excessive evil. Right? Okay.
All right.
So there are various versions of the problem of evil in philosophy. One is the fact that there is evil at all, being an apparent contradiction with the existence of a perfectly good and benevolent God, which creates all of reality and all of that, right? On the other hand, you have the evidential problem of evil, which basically claims, why is there so damn much bad stuff that happens in the world and so much bad stuff in the world? Why are spiders such a terrible thing? And, you know, we don't stop to realize that no matter what amount of evil there is in the world, we would, subjectively speaking, we would always experience it as too much. Because we have no frame of reference. Right? Whatever the worst thing in the world is, whatever the worst thing in the world actually happens to be, it could be a lot worse. And if it were a lot worse, right? We would be thinking that that was the worst thing imaginable. And if something weren't really all that bad, well, that's it. We've cleared it out, it looks like. If things weren't as bad as they are now, then we would just have a new worst thing imaginable that would be just terrible, you know? And so, regardless of the amount of evil in the world, there always seems to us like there's too much. So this evidential problem of evil, there being too much bad, too much evil, too much destruction, too much unpleasantness in the world, just sort of in general, what this amounts to is a complaint more than anything else. It's just kind of whining. Because no matter how much evil there is, it always seems like, it feels like, there's too much of it.
You're back! Are the spiders gone?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, that's wonderful. You've saved my hide, I'm sure. And I owe you a favor, so if you need anything, I'll be here.
Keeping the creepy girls away?
Exactly. I'll be here, keeping the crawlies away.
Okay, then. I'll remember if I need to call in that favor. Okay, so, meanwhile, as I was saying, though, we can imagine a world, right, like this one, in which spiders are, you know, the size of lions. And that would just be terrible. And that would be pretty much the worst thing, really. Now, to be fair, in Thedas, there are worse things than giant spiders, like darkspawn, and archdemons, and literal demons, and things like that, right? Fair enough. But our world, plus spiders the size of ponies, would be worse, I think. I'm not as arachnophobic as I used to be, but I still am arachnophobic. More than I would be if more than being able to just be okay with pony-sized spiders. Anyway, if that were the case, again, though, that would be worse, and we would be wondering, why on earth would God allow such terrible creatures to exist? We could come up with a reason, right? We can come up with a theodicy for it, and that's a perfect example of theodicy here is, well, here they are. We can imagine that if they were so tiny, only this big, or only this big, they could sneak into your house, and that would be awful. All right. Similarly, though, we can imagine a world much better than our own. A world where, for example, the worst thing that ever happens to anyone is being bitten by a mosquito. In which case, you know, we could be asking things like, why would God permit such horrible creatures that inflict such terrible injuries and pain on people for completely parasitic reasons? Right? They don't need to be this way, do they? Why would God permit such terrible evils as mosquito bites? It sounds silly to us, but that's only because we have worse problems. We've got things like, you know, malaria, speaking of mosquitoes. You know, in addition to just having mosquito bites, we have mosquito bites that communicate deadly diseases. Oh, that's bad. But, you know, we only think that that's the worst thing because it's the worst thing that's actually in the world. If the world were a little bit worse, if there were super malaria instead of regular malaria, we would be wishing for regular malaria. If my usual go-to example for this is if we had something like super cancer, or my favorite example, exploding tumors, exploding cancer. You had cancer that if your tumor gets to a certain size, it violently explodes. We would probably find ourselves wishing, why would God create such a terrible world in which we have exploding tumors? Why can't we just have regular tumors that kill you without exploding? Well, we have that world right now. So it's not that bad. I mean, it's bad. There are bad things in the world, don't get me wrong, but it's important to notice that we don't have this kind of God's eye perspective that we kind of think we do, tend to think we do.
Welcome to the Circle's stockroom of magical items. My name is Owain. How may I assist you?
I need a rod of fire.
Rods of fire serve many purposes. Why do you wish to acquire this particular item?
Research into burning things.
Here is the form, Request for Rod of Fire. Have it signed and dated by a senior enchanter. I will release a rod to you once I have the signed form.
Why can't you give it to me now?
It is procedure. I need a senior mage's authorization to release an item. Thank you.
Okay. Well, thankfully, I am owed a favor by a senior enchanter. Would you look at that? Actually, wait, is it right here? It's right here, right? Yeah. Hey, Laura.
It's good to see you again.
Need a favor. You owe me a favor. How about signing this?
A rod of fire? Oh, sure, I could sign that. What would it hurt?
Here it is.
Right. There you go. How's that?
Excellent, thank you.
It was a pleasure. You'll go far in this circle, I bet.
That can't go wrong at all. Here, I'm going to sign this authorization for a dangerous magical artifact. Here you go. Don't tell anyone about the spiders.
Welcome to the Circle's stockroom of magical items. My name is Owain. How may I assist you?
Here is the signed form for the Rod of Fire.
Everything looks to be in order. Here is the rod you requested.
Okay then. Perfect. Do I have a Rod of Fire? Can't use it. I mean, I have a flame spell. I can't just use that. Where am I going? Who's this? I need to talk to Irving about something. I hope it's not turning Jowan in, because I'm not going to do that.
I trust you saw Duncan back to his quarters?
Of course, First Enchanter.
I'm glad you met him. He's a most honorable man.
I agree. It was my privilege to have met him.
Grey Wardens are peerless warriors who sacrifice all for our sakes. We can learn much from them. Now, did you need something?
When is Jowan going through the harrowing?
When he is ready.
He fears he's going to be made tranquil.
And how does he know this? I suppose the young initiate he dallies about with revealed it to him. You think I didn't know? I did not become First Enchanter by keeping my eyes and ears shut.
Why are you doing this to Jowan?
Gregor says he has proof and eyewitness testimony that Jowan has been practicing blood magic. I cannot say more. Were it left to me, things might be different. But the Chantry, I'm sorry, child. This Rite of Tranquility will happen.
Gregor must be making it up. He hates all mages.
Let us not speak ill of my colleague. Our colleague. You know little of this, and I ask you to hold your tongue.
You know this is wrong. I have nothing more to say.
Perhaps one day you will see it from my side.
Let's not tell him. I think he knows, but I also don't think he's going to try and stop us. But we'll see. Even if he doesn't, someone might.
I hate waiting. It makes me nervous.
I have the rod.
That was quick.
To the repository, then. Freedom awaits.
Alright, we have squad mates. Hooray. Right. Let's go. Downstairs? I think, right? First floor, right? I think. There's a little sparkle on the floor over there.
All right.
Basement, yeah. Let's head down to the basement. And we'll take care of this. There is no way this is going to work, but we'll see.
The Chantry calls this entrance the Victim's Door. It is built of 277 planks, one for each original Templar. It is a reminder of all the dangers those cursed with magic pose.
But how do we get past it?
The doors can be opened only by a Templar and a Mage entering together. The Chantry provides the password, which primes the ward, and the Mage touches it with mana to release it.
Since you have the password, can't Jowan help you enter?
The ward only responds to the touch of one who has been through the harrowing.
Convenient. I trust you have the password.
Yes, I got it from a Templar who recently accompanied a Mage into the vault.
What must I do?
First, the password. Sword of the Maker, Tears of the Fade.
I heard something.
The password only primes the door. Now it must feel the touch of mana. Any spell will do, but hurry.
Okay. Thought I was gonna have to actually cast a spell, but okay. That'll work.
Do you have the rod with you? Melt the locks off.
Yeah, let's do it. Oh.
What's the matter? Why isn't it working?
I don't know.
Lily, something's not right. I can't cast spells here. Nothing works.
These wards carved into the stone. This must be the Templars' work. They negate any magic cast within this area. I should have guessed. Why would Gregor and Irving use simple keys for such a door? Because magical keys don't work. How do you keep mages away from something? Make their powers completely worthless. That's it then. We're finished. We can't get in.
That door there. Where does it lead? I think you're being a little dramatic here, Lily.
I don't know. Do you think it's another way in?
That door probably leads to another part of the repository. What are the chances of there being another entrance?
There shouldn't be, but it's worth a try.
We can't get into the chamber the way we planned, but we're not about to give up. We can see where this door leads, but I don't think it'll be easy. It looks locked for one.
Rod will work on those locks, shouldn't it?
Yes. Let's hope they haven't warded that door as well.
Let's hurry. We've wasted enough time.
Okay, then.
I'm not giving up. We've come too far.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's not good.
Okay.
Yes. Huh.
That won't stop me!
Let's try not to die here!
Oh, right.
Another point for me!
I should probably arm these two. Shouldn't I? Mace. Sorry. Mace. Dagger. I'm gonna give her some boots. Let's give her a mace and a shield. It's probably better. Use our tank. Chainmail? I mean, sure. Why not? Jowan. There he has leather boots. Let's leave that. Let's give him a magic staff. There. Okay, cool. That'll work. Okay. They have coins on them. It's bizarre, but okay. Alright, what's in here? It looks like we're probably just gonna finish the origin story tonight. This is... we still got 50 minutes, so... We'll at least get to wander through Ostagar a little bit.
And I'm off.
Watch some cutscenes, do some conversations and things. Nothing else in here, really. That is loud chainmail. Okay.
Yes. Going.
Okay, rock solve.
All right.
Huh. Private documents. Man, getting a bunch of things. All right. Let's see.
If you insist.
Try to make this quick.
Was there any doubt? All right.
All right. I need to level up. Let's go with willpower and cunning. Ooh. Improve coercion? Yeah, absolutely. Ooh, arcane shield. Frost weapons or flaming weapons or lightning. Let's go with where's that mana drain? Mana drain. And Mind Blast. Let's do Mind Blast first, and then we'll do Mana Drain next. Alright.
And I'm off.
That was it. Okay.
I'm not sure I'm good at this. They messed us.
Okay. Anything back here? Anything else we need to look for and pick up and find?
Huh.
Wow. That's a lot of potions. Alright. These are troubling. It's like cages. Okay.
Let's go! Who wants their hair on fire?
Okay. Gemstone. This is a dead end, so let's go here first. And this is amulet. Yeah, let's definitely equip that. She's gonna need that because I'm gonna be throwing fire at her all the time. Ephemeralist's Belt. Spear resistance. Whatever. Save it for later. Anyway.
Huh.
Oh, I do hate violence! This is the way it has to be!
For me. Oh, you want to
How's that? Excellent!
Ooh. We're gonna have to keep that until we get a certain party member who can use it. Nothing in here. Coins.
This. Not enough.
Is everyone all right?
All right.
Okay, moving on.
And I'm off.
We'll need another way into the phylactery chamber.
Yes.
Let's explore the repository.
Okay. So I will say, on normal difficulty, so far the combat has been
Wow, that old
very
wall's about
easy.
to come down any moment.
Ooh, that's nice. Definitely going to equip that. Blackened Heartwood Staff. It's another, just a stick, but Jowan, should I actually go with a magic staff? Whatever. It's fine. He can take what he's got. Alright. That's definitely a demon statue. That's creepy. Shouldn't be here.
Going.
There's something odd about that statue.
Wonder who it is.
Greetings.
Oh.
Maker's breath, did it just say something?
I am the essence and spirit of Eleni Zenobia, once consort and advisor to Archon Valerius. Prophecy my crime, cursed to stone for foretelling the fall of my lord's house.
Who's Archon Valerius?
I'm not sure. The Archons were the lords of the Imperium.
Oh.
Forever shall you stand
Deventer.
on the threshold of my proud fortress, he said, and tell your lies to all who pass. But my lord found death at the hands of his enemies, and his once proud fortress crumbled to dust, as I foretold.
A Deventer statue! Don't listen to it. The Deventer lords dabbled in many forbidden arts. This is a wicked thing.
Is it? It must be very old.
It must have been here for years. Look at the dust. I feel a little sorry for it. Her.
Weep not for me, child. Stone they made me, and stone I am, eternal and unfeeling. And I shall endure till the Maker returns to light their fires again.
What does that mean?
Ambiguous rubbish. It could mean anything. I can do it too. The sun grows dark, but lo, here comes the dawn.
Stop talking to it. Please, both of you.
Well, he's right.
Come on, Jowan. Let's go.
Okay.
Yes.
Dog.
What do you think this does?
Why does the Circle keep so many Deventer artifacts in storage?
It's history, Lily. And it's fascinating.
It's true. Can't imagine what this does, though.
I've seen pictures of things like this. They amplify any spell cast into them. I bet we could use this to break into the phylactery chamber.
That's pretty cool. So as we can amplify the rod's power.
See where the mortar might be decaying behind that bookcase? Let's take a closer look.
And I'm
Okay.
off.
It should be pretty easy to get this out of the way.
Okay, move it.
I can't do it on my own. You have to help me. If we work together, we can shift it. Come on.
Alright.
Now we just need to find a way to get through this wall.
We did.
Use this with the rod. I'm sure it'll work. Hurry, the clock's ticking.
Hey, there we go. Alright, that did it.
This is
Blasted
the
a hole in
phylactery
the wall.
chamber. It worked.
Now, there's a nice arch here with stairs leading down from it to another arch. We just blew a hole in the wall.
We must find Jowan's phylactery, quickly.
This is weird architecture. I'm just saying. I'm not back on architecture again, but it seems like they maybe bricked this up at some point or something. Pity they taken mine
Would
to
you
Denerim.
destroy yours too if it were here?
No point discussing it. It's not here.
Right.
Now let's see.
Oh.
Which one first?
I'm not sure I'm cut out for this!
You can't stop me! I'm gonna destroy you!
Hurry!
Going.
Out of our way!
Okay.
Going.
It's a big tough one. Sorry about that. Turn that off. It is very cold. Very cold. These look like phylacteries, or at least vials of blood. Jowan's phylactery. Well, wait. Let's before we do this, let's make sure there's nothing else to do here that we may have missed. This is just the door. We can't open. So okay, no, that's it. All right. No.
That's my phylactery! You found it! I can't believe this tiny vial stands between me and freedom. So fragile. So easy just to be rid of it. To end its hold over me. And I am free.
I expected a larger room and more phylacteries.
Only apprentice phylacteries are stored in the Circle Tower. This tiny room could not hold the phylacteries of every mage who has passed through the tower doors.
Come on, you two. We're done here and we should leave.
Then let's move on.
I do not want to stay here a moment longer.
All right. Let's go. Can we go out the main door? Yeah, we can. Look at that. Get out of here. Surprised that was so relatively easy.
We did it! I can't believe it! Thank you. We could never have...
So what you said was true,
I knew this would end badly.
Gregor.
An initiate conspiring with a blood mage. I'm disappointed, Lily. She seems shocked, but fully in control of her own mind. Not a thrall of the blood mage, then. You were right, Irving. The initiate has betrayed us. The Chantry will not let this go unpunished. And this one. Newly a mage and already flouting the rules of the Circle.
I'm disappointed in you. You could have told me what you knew of this plan, and you didn't.
You don't care for the mages. You just bow to the Chantry's
true, though.
every whim.
If I had told you, it wouldn't have done anything. Yeah, the first enchanter does what he can to protect us. In this case, it wasn't much.
Enough! As Knight Commander of the Templars here assembled, I sentence this blood mage to death. And this initiate has scorned the Chantry and her vows. Take her to Aenar.
The mage's prison. No. Please, no. Not there.
No! I won't let you touch her!
Oh.
By the Maker. Blood magic. How could you? You said you never...
I admit, I dabbled. I thought it would make me a better mage.
Blood magic is evil, Jowan. It corrupts people. Changes them.
I'm going to give it up. All magic. I just want to be with you, Lily. Please come with me.
I trusted you. I was ready to sacrifice everything for you. I don't know who you are, Blood Mage. Stay away from me.
Are you all right? Where's Gregor?
I knew it. Blood magic. But to overcome so many, I never thought him capable of such power.
You lied to me.
None of us expected this. Are you all right, Gregor?
As good as can be expected given the circumstances. If you had let me act sooner, this would not have happened. Now we have a blood mage on the loose and no way to track him down.
I'm sure you'll think of something.
Jowan destroyed his phylactery. Without it, he will be hard to locate.
Don't you think I know that? Where is the girl?
I am here, sir.
You helped a blood mage. Look at all he's hurt.
Lily didn't know Jowan was a blood mage.
You've been a friend, but you needn't defend me any longer. Knight Commander, I was wrong. I was accomplice to a blood mage. I will accept whatever punishment you see fit. Even Aenar.
Get her out of my sight. And you. You know why the repository exists. Some artifacts, some magics are locked away for a reason.
Did you take anything important from the repository?
Yes, the staff. Yeah, not gonna lie about that.
Shall we add thievery to your list of misdemeanors, then? I'll be taking that back now, if you don't mind.
But your antics have made a mockery of this circle. What are we to do with you?
I had no idea he was a blood mage.
And you think this excuses you?
Yes.
You helped a blood mage escape. All our prevention measures for naught. Because of you.
Knight Commander, if I may, I'm not only looking for mages to join the King's army, I'm also recruiting for the Grey Wardens. Irving spoke highly of this mage, and I would like him to join the Warden ranks.
Duncan, this mage has assisted a Malefica, and shown no lack of regard for the Circle's rules.
He is a danger. To all of us.
It is a rare person who risks all for a friend in need. I stand by my decision. I will recruit this mage.
No! I refuse to let this go unpunished!
If the Grey Wardens will have me, I will gladly go.
Rhaegar, mages are needed. This mage is needed. Worse things plague this world than blood mages. You know that. I take this young mage under my wing and bear all responsibility for his actions.
A blood mage escapes and his accomplice is not only unpunished, but is rewarded by becoming a Grey Warden. Are our rules nothing? Have we lost all authority over our mages? This does not bode well, Irving.
Enough.
I kind of like seeing him
We have no
squirm
more
like this.
say in this matter.
I'll say I'm rather sympathetic with the Chantry's position on this because of the danger posed by blood mages and demons and all of that. Okay. And again, the order they institute is fair enough most of the time, but at the same time, it clearly, in cases like this, and even more so as we'll see moving forward, it clearly goes to some of these Templars' heads, that they have this absolute power over the mages, that they wield pretty arbitrarily over the mages, or are ready to wield pretty arbitrarily over the mages. So yeah, I do think that this is, like I said, I like seeing him squirm in a position like this. I think that Gregor is absolutely and obviously in the wrong here. Even if it turns out that he was right by accident, he had no reason to suspect that Jowan was a blood mage. As far as we know, this was the first time he actually did it. So again, and he was willing to tranquilize him, make him tranquil, or perhaps even execute him, which clearly he was in the wrong here, and watching him be undermined so thoroughly by ancient treaties of the Grey Wardens and all of this. It's poetic justice,
Yes, be proud, child. You are luckier than you know.
Thank you for everything, First Enchanter.
Come, your new life awaits.
All right.
We will be traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar, on the edges of the Korkari Wilds. The Tevinter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The King's forces have clashed with the Darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the Horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here. This blight must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
Ho there, Duncan.
King Cullen. I didn't expect a
royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other Wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is he?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
There's no need to be so formal, Duncan. We'll be shedding blood together after all. Ho there, friend. Might I know your name?
I'm Dalen, Your Majesty.
Pleased to meet you. The Grey Wardens are desperate to bolster their numbers, and I, for one, am glad to help them. I understand you hail from the Circle of Magi. I trust you have some spells to help us in the coming battle.
I'll do my best, of course.
Excellent. We have too few mages here. Another is always welcome. Allow me to be the first to welcome you to Ostagar. The Wardens will benefit greatly with you in their ranks.
He is a very nice guy and a noble king. I hope nothing bad happens to him. He almost reminds me of so many other noble king-like figures, like Mufasa. You're too kind, Your Majesty.
I'm sorry to cut this short, but I should return to my tent. Loghain waits eagerly to bore me with his strategies.
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different.
I didn't realize things were going so well.
I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of Darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do. I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the Darkspawn here.
And yet you don't sound very reassured.
Despite the victories so far, the Darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day.
By now they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling.
Oh, nice. I love the Aurelian pipes in the background. Why not? He seems to regard the Grey Wardens highly.
Yet not enough to wait for reinforcements from the Grey Wardens of Orlais. He believes our legend alone makes him invulnerable. Our numbers in Ferelden are too few. We must do what we can, and look to Teyrn Loghain to make up the difference. To that end, we should proceed with the joining ritual without delay.
A hot meal might be nice first.
I agree. We have until nightfall to begin the ritual. Every recruit must go through a secret ritual we call the joining in order to become a Grey Warden. The ritual is brief, but some preparation is required. We must begin soon.
Why is this ritual so secret?
The joining is dangerous. I cannot speak more of it except to say that you will learn all in good time. Until then, you must trust that what is done is necessary.
Okay. Is this anything like the harrowing?
It is an ordeal. I'm sorry that you must endure another so soon.
Am I the only recruit you have?
No, there are 2 other recruits here already. They have been waiting for us to arrive.
What do you need me to do?
Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Until then, I have business I must attend to. You may find me at the Grey Warden tent on the other side of this bridge, should you need to.
Okay. Alright. There's a lot of new codex entries. We got some new items too, I think. You're at Ostagar. We have some time to kill. Oh, we got... Oh no! We got all their gear back. Oh, that's a little dark. Well, we got all the gear back that we gave to them, to our friends. It's a shame. Jowen and Lily, I mean. Alright. What is there to see all around here? Let's wander around for a little bit, explore some, talk to some people in the camp over there. We've got 20 minutes or so. Soldier.
Maker watch over you, my lord.
Thank you. Yes, I will do that. I need to clip them at some point. Issue.
And
yes,
I'm off.
Erica, thank you. I will try to do that. Iron ring. It does nothing. But I'll wear it anyway, because I have nothing else to wear on that other finger. Nothing else here. Let's move on.
All right.
Well, fruit. This once was quite the fortress. Still is to a degree, I guess. That is certainly a view over the field of battle. Oop. Or the prospective field of battle. Hopefully the field of battle. This would be a good place to trap any assailants in, I think. By the way, you can enter something like a tactical view. So if this didn't remind you enough of Knights of the Old Republic...
The Tower of Ishal is off limits. The men stationed inside are securing it now.
Okay. What's the tower?
I think they used it once to watch for wilders coming out of the forest.
Why is it off limits?
By orders of Teyrn Loghain. The tower is being secured by his men to be used during battle. I'm told they discovered some lower chambers, and they don't know how far down they go, so for now, everyone's to stay out.
Lower chambers?
I didn't see anything like that when I was there, but who knows?
Pretty large ruin.
Goes back to the time of the Tevinter Imperium. Dwarven make. That's probably why it's still standing.
Okay, I should go.
Make us speed your steps.
Cool. Talking about KOTOR has me wishing for speed for wandering across bridges like this.
Hail, you must be the Grey Warden recruit that Duncan brought.
I am indeed.
I'm sorry, but the mages must not be interrupted. I'm sorry, but the mages must not be interrupted.
Can't I? Okay, fair enough, I guess. Let's see what else we got. This is the Royal Enclave.
Greetings. King Cullen is not in his tent right now?
Tell me about the king. You must see him a lot.
I suppose I do, though he's spending most of his time with the Grey Wardens. He rides with them wherever they go, in fact. Teyrn Loghain sees the king whenever he can and argues with him over coming battles, but the king just waves him off. The king wants to end the Blight with a single huge battle the bards will sing of for centuries. Do you think that's possible?
We'll see in the coming battle.
That's how the Teyrn feels. He'll do what the king wants in the end, though. The king thought it was funny that Teyrn called him reckless, and they fought about the queen.
I didn't know Cullen was married.
To the Teyrn's daughter, no less. He wasn't happy about something she did or the king did, I'm not sure. I probably shouldn't discuss it.
I should go.
As you wish.
Okay. So there's some dissension in the royal family. Of course. Loghain's guard.
You approach the tent of Teyrn Loghain. State your business.
Tell me about Teyrn Loghain.
How can you not know of Loghain? He helped free Ferelden. He was the brains behind King Maric's armies and drove out those damned Orlesians. King Maric rewarded him by making him a Teyrn. Can you imagine? A commoner became a high nobleman just like that. Without Loghain, you can bet the king wouldn't be winning against these Darkspawn.
Is he inside? What's he doing?
He's inside, but I don't think it's my place to discuss his activities.
I would like an audience with the Teyrn, please.
I suppose you have a message for him. Hold on, then.
Yes, what is it? Oh, you're Duncan's new Grey Warden, I assume.
Yes, I am.
Cullen's fascination with the Wardens goes beyond the ordinary. Are you aware his father brought your order back to Ferelden?
A fascination you don't share.
The Wardens are impressive, but not as relevant as Cullen thinks. I hear you're from the Circle of Magi. First Enchanter spoke highly of you. A great achievement, for one so young. I don't suppose you'll be riding into the thick of battle with the rest of your fellows, will you?
I certainly hope so.
Here for the glory, huh? Fair enough. Now I must return to my task. Pray that our king proves amenable to wisdom, if you're the praying sort.
And if he doesn't?
Then simply pray.
Oh. Okay. I think I can take that seriously. Straightforwardly.
Look carefully, man. This wretched thing is a Darkspawn. They're strong and cunning and smart, but don't listen to those old wives' tales. They can be killed. Stick them with your sword enough, and they go down. Their blood is black as sin and poisonous. Don't even touch it. You get tainted with that blood, and you may as well slit your throat. We've lost many dogs already. Had to muzzle them to keep them from biting. It's a long and painful way to die. There are lots of Darkspawn, different kinds. We're getting reports of things we've never even heard of. Our short friend here, for instance, is something called a genlog. They're pretty common in the Horde, but we've seen others much larger. We don't know where these new Darkspawn are coming from, or what they can do. All I can say is to use caution. There aren't any we've seen that won't die once they bleed enough.
Okay. So, they're killable.
This is supposed to be the battle that sends these Darkspawn back underground. You believe that?
I don't know what to believe. We've won every battle, but there's more of them each time.
Makes you wonder if them Grey Wardens are right.
I don't want to think about that.
Sounds like the perfect time to get drunk,
Yes.
if you ask me.
Yeah.
The last
Oh,
council
hey.
party made...
I'm not wielding a staff. Spell power, or do I want magic? Yeah,
Made
let's
it
go with
back
that.
last night. Barely.
What do you mean?
Alright. Let's keep moving along. So apparently you can bash open
My faith
chests.
sustains me. I shall not fear 10,000 men should they set themselves against me.
Chant. The Chant of Light. I can wear that. And that. But it does
the wall
not show
before
my
me
helmet.
is darkness, yet shall the Maker's light be my guide.
Nice. I've mentioned before, this series does a phenomenal job representing religion as something that is real and integrated into sort of the life of society. In a way that a lot of other video games that just sort of have a religion in the background or even prominent don't do. It actually shows up as being significant for people, for actual real people, but not in a cartoonish kind of way.
It's good to have Grey Wardens amongst us. With their help, perhaps we can push these things.
The Chant of Light for these people is just, it's just sort of part of life. And there are people who are incredibly devoted, and there are people who are just sort of go along with it, and it's just sort of the thing they do.
You may not want to remain here long, Warden. Most of these men have been tainted by the Darkspawn blood.
And there really is
Find
a...
favor in the Maker's eyes.
Oh, well, here
so
we go.
let
Here's
it be.
example.
Ah, I suspect you are one of the new Grey Wardens. Will you accept the Maker's blessing?
I will, thank you.
Then I bless you, Grey Warden, in the name of Andraste and the Maker above. May the Chant of Light carry your name to the ears of our Lord.
And like in most games, that would so in most games that feature sort of religion and priests and things, that blessing would confer some kind of a buff, right? But it doesn't. It's just part of life. It's just what one does and the way that one interacts with the world.
So, any last wishes I can help fulfill before you head into battle? Life is fleeting, you know. That pretty face could be decorating some darkspawn spear this time tomorrow. Shall I take that quiet glare as a no? Oh, well, too bad.
Okay.
Have you seen an elf running about? Young woman, red hair, carrying a suit of chain.
Can't say I have, no.
Blast it. Where did she go? That suit better be patched up when she gets back, or by the Maker up. Oh, pardon my manners. My troubles are no concern of yours, I'm sure. I'm the quartermaster. Did you come for supplies?
Do you need help tracking the girl down?
Oh, I'm sure you have better things to do than run errands for me. I can find her myself.
By the way, I actually really like about this game that it has the subtitles up here along the top rather than down at the bottom, because it actually draws your eye to people's faces instead of people's crotches while they're talking. Otherwise, in a lot of games, it drives me insane having the subtitles just down there where the text options are, because it's like it draws your attention away from the people actually talking. It bothers me. Bugs me very, very slightly about a lot of other games. That's kind of the convention. Whereas up at the top here in a conversation, especially, boom, right there. It's right where their face is. It's great. Let me see what we have.
Let me know what you'd like.
I can sell some stuff too, right? The gift, I need that. Sell that. Sell both of those. Sell all the... Wait, the crafting supply? No. No, I'll keep that. Yeah. I'll sell one of... no, I need those. Rough leather boots, I can sell those. I'll sell one of these. I don't need the chantry robe. I could sell those and I'd get tons of money for it, but I'm not going to do that. Magic staff, I'll sell all but one. Acolyte staff, I'll sell one. Okay. Crafting. Okay, how about weapons? No? Okay, what about... I could get any of these various things. Start leather boots. Can't yet. And mine give me magic, which I like. Okay, so I could get leather gloves. I don't have gloves at all right now, which would be good. It'd be useful. Oh wait, I need a backpack. That increases the inventory. Absolutely. Absolutely. All three of these. There we go. Now that is a good use of my money. Health bolt. Oh, I can't get any of these, man. I need some of those things, but I'll save up next time. Also, I do really like that the money system is 100 coppers is a silver, 100 silvers is a gold. I wish more fantasy RPGs did that to give a more fine-grained amount of money. All right, let's talk to Wynn.
Good folk of Ferelden, and we contemplate the death that may await. Death is no failure, my friends. Should it find you, you will not have failed your king. You will have served your maker. Die in this battle, and when you stand before the maker in the land beyond the Fade, he shall not find you wanting. Go not into death gladly, but with the knowledge that evil has been held at bay by your spilled blood. And if you go to stand beside the maker, go with our blessing, for you shall not be forgotten. My friends, let us bow our heads and remember those who have fallen and those who have yet to fall.
That was good. I really love the thought that goes into the religion here. Speaking of which, let's talk to Wynn here, who is a mage, fellow mage, about some of this, about some of the things about the Chant of Light, the Maker, Fade.
What do we have here? I heard the new Grey Warden recruit was from the Circle. I don't believe we've met, but I've certainly heard a lot about your talent. My name is Wynn, and I congratulate you on your harrowing, marvelous work. The Fade is a dangerous place.
She reminds me a bit of Samara. It might be, I don't think it is, but it might be the same voice actress as Samara from Mass Effect. I don't think so, but maybe. Yes, I know all about that.
Oh, you know all there is to know already, do you? Irving said as much about you. Remarkable self-confidence. So, a Grey Warden, fighting alongside the King. Not too shabby for someone just out of apprenticeship.
I hope I don't disappoint any. Well, nah, King Caitlin thinks the battle will go well.
The King must always seem confident. His behavior affects the troops' morale. He does seem to find his enthusiasm easily, though. Reminds me of a puppy. And I say that with both respect and affection. He is a fine man. To defeat the Darkspawn, we have to work together. It's not an idea everyone seems able to grasp.
You faced Darkspawn before?
Stragglers, yes. Not the vast horde the scouts speak of. I wonder, how much do you know of the connection between Darkspawn and the Fade?
I know the Fade's where you go when you dream.
Anytime your spirit leaves your earthly body, whether it's to dream or to die, it passes into the realm we call the Fade. It's home to many spirits, some benevolent, others far less so. At the heart of the Fade lies the Black City.
I've heard that. Didn't something bad happen there?
Some say the Black City was once the seat of the Maker. But when the mages from the Tevinter Imperium found a way into the city, it was tainted with their sin. That taint transformed those men, turning them into twisted reflections of their own hearts. And the Maker cast them back to the Earth, where they became the first Darkspawn. At least that's what the Chant of Light says.
I've heard that story before.
It may be allegory, meant to teach us that our own evil causes human suffering. Or it may be true. It is as good an explanation as any for now.
At least it's something to ponder.
Yes, occasionally it's wise to contemplate one's actions. But I'm certain Duncan has more for you to do than talk to me.
I suppose. I really do like
Maker above,
that story as well.
your sons and daughters. We who betrayed your
It really
prophet
matches
Andraste now
just
stand
about
in
every
weakness.
fall
Not
myth
abandon us
that you
in our
find, whether
darkest
that
hour.
is, original sin or anything similar. Right? It's pride of creation trying to reach out and overthrow the seat of the creator and all that. They get the mythology right, I'll tell you. Let's talk to Duncan.
You found our tent, I see. Is there something you need?
I have some questions.
Alistair can help you with those. I had hoped he would be back by now.
Oh, okay, never mind. Here's a quest for me to pick up.
This isn't good. I'd hate to waste such a promising member of the breed. Are you the new Warden? I could use some help.
What's the problem?
This is a Mabari. Smart breed and strong. His owner died in the last battle, and the poor hound swallowed darkspawn blood. I have medicine that might help, but I need him muzzled first.
Sure, I'll give it a shot.
Go in the pen and let him smell you. We'll know right away if he'll respond. Let's hope this works. I'd really hate to have to put him down.
Yeah. The dog looks up at you, respectfully backing down from his aggressive stance. You can see intelligence in his eyes, as well as a great deal of pain. The animal's very ill. Put the muzzle on the dog. He growls, but he doesn't challenge you. After you're done, he whimpers plaintively.
Well done. Now I can treat the dog properly, poor fella. Come to think of it, are you heading into the wilds anytime soon?
I might be, why?
There's a particular herb I could use to improve the dog's chances. It's a flower that grows in the swamps here, if I remember. Okay. If you happen across it, I could use it. It's very distinctive, all white with a blood-red centre.
Where in the wilds could I find this flower?
It usually grows in dead wood that collects at the edge of ground pools. Should be plenty this time of year.
I'll see if I can find one.
Good. In the meantime, I'll begin treating our poor friend.
Let us consider the evil before us. In their pride.
Ash Warrior.
You there.
If you have business with the Ash
What's your
Warriors,
name?
I suggest you speak to our commander.
It's Pick, sir.
Go tell Tern Logain that the war party's ready to begin scouting. We'll send word if we find anything amiss.
Yes, sir.
What do you need? You haven't brought more instructions from the town, I hope.
No, I haven't.
If you're not from the town, what do you want? We're busy.
You don't look like the other soldiers in the army. I mean, you kind of do, but not really.
We aren't. We're Ash Warriors.
What's an Ash Warrior?
Our training has been passed down since Lathias the Dwarf son first harnessed the battle rage of the Dwarves. It is an old tale.
Can I hear this tale?
I am no bard, but I will do my best. Lathias was a Clane tribesman. Some said he was too short to be a warrior, but he was strong and fierce. His chieftain sent him to the Dwarves of Orzammar to negotiate an alliance, where he fell in love with the king's daughter, Skya, and brought her back to his tribe. She taught Lathias to use the Dwarven battle wrath to summon his strength and ignore all pain. Lathias then taught this to the Clane, who made him their chieftain.
So you descend from the Clane?
They were simply the first to be taught. Others were inspired by his death to follow his path.
How did he die?
Lathias' prowess earned him the love of Morrigannon. a beautiful chieftain of another tribe. When Skyia learned of his seduction, she returned to her people. Lythias was grieved. He sent Morriganan away, but this only vexed her, and began a long war between their tribes. In the end, Lythias slew Morriganan in single combat. However, his wounds were great, and he perished when the rage ended. The Dwarves came from Orzammar that day, and gave Lythias an honored burial in the mountains. And we live by his teachings even today.
What happened to his wife, Sakea?
It is said that before the final battle, she returned to Lythias and gave him a shirt of dwarven chain, along with a final night of passion. Then she was gone forever. If she lived on in Orzammar, only the dwarven folk could say for certain.
Well, we'll see. If we go to Orzammar, when we go to Orzammar, we'll see if we can find out. So he betrayed his wife and killed his lover?
He was a great man with great passions. Perhaps you'll hear a more inspiring version in a tavern someday.
Why have you painted your dogs?
They use scent to distinguish us from our enemies, but the blood of battle can confuse them. So we paint ourselves with caddis, which overpowers the blood, and also paint our hounds so they know we are the same.
Cool. What if the enemy is painted with caddis as well?
Why? Would you steal our caddis and give it to the Darkspawn hordes?
I hope you're joking.
If you tried, we would kill you. And that is no joke.
Oh, well, okay. Alright, I should be going.
My thanks. There is hunting to be done, and I'll not be kept from it.
Okay. Very cool. Alright, well, that is it for the camp, I believe. That's about everybody. We can double check when we start next week. But for now, let's call it there, because it is about midnight. So thank all of you so much for joining me for our first episode going through Dragon Age Origins. I look forward to continuing through this with all of you guys. This has been a good time, and I'm sure this will get gradually even more and more interesting. We've touched on a lot of interesting topics, and we're going to be going into a lot of them in more and more depth. Let's see how this looks. Cool. Anyway, like I said, that's all I've got for tonight. We will start next time talking with Alistair, meeting these other Grey Warden recruits, and going out and doing some recruity stuff before we actually become Grey Wardens, join the battle, and see where it goes from there. Probably not very well. Spoilers, though, for specifics. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this too, and hopefully you'll join me again next time. Like I've said before, I've got more grading and such to do, so I'm still a little behind on making new standalone videos, but more will be coming as we go, gradually and eventually. But in the meantime, we will still be streaming. We're going to be continuing Mass Effect 3 on Monday. We're going to be continuing Dragon Age Origins next Thursday. So I'll see all of you then. Thanks for joining me once again, and I'll see you then. Have a good night.